And what were the problems of selling cannabis, pre 2022? Like, so even when it was only available for medicinal purposes, did you face any problems? And now that it's legal, what are the problems that you face now?
So, I mean, I would say the main thing prior to legalization was the fact that, like, demand and supply couldn't really connect in a natural way,
Okay.
because the market wasn't open.
Yeah.
So that's probably the main difference. That's probably what happened after legalization. Basically, is the free market was able to like actually go into effect.
Yeah.
And supply could meet demand properly, and so the equilibrium went into a flux and changed, and that's kind of why the prices
Okay.
went up significantly, is because like there's actually so little supply available, and so much demand, and with the free market being able to, with supply and demand being able to freely connect, like that's a very visible reality.
But then as a business owner, don't you see that as an opportunity that if there's so much demand and very little supply and you can supply, can't you just charge whatever price you want?
I mean, technically you can, but I think, personally, I don't want to price gouge
Okay.
people. I think, I mean, in my shop anyways, at 420, we offer prices all the way from 420 up to 900. So, we're trying to offer like a good range of stuff available for people. But I mean, in regards to like being able to supply the large demand, yeah, for sure, there's huge opportunities there. But the thing is, it's not easy to cultivate. It takes it's like a very it's a craft that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to learn well. Even with mentors, it can still easily take up to 2 to 3 years to grow really well. And
Wow.
facilities are very expensive to set up,
Maintain.
and yeah, to maintain. Also, basically everything in cannabis is expensive, which is why cannabis tends to be quite expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, you could have, for example, like just to make it easy, you can have a tray, and that tray might usually cost 100 baht, and then because this tray is for cannabis, it's 300 baht.
Okay.
And that's just across the whole supply chain.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty much across the board. So
What's the most expensive equipment?
usually the lights.
The lights,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
lights are expensive. I mean, there are cheaper lights too, but they tend to not be good at
Okay.
all. And I mean, this is a common mistake that cultivation facilities do here a lot. Like people who invest into them, anyways, is they tend to choose like mediocre lights, and even those are expensive, like maybe 15 to 18,000 a unit,
Wow.
and they need like a few hundred.
Okay.
And then within a year or two, they need to upgrade those lights, so they double spend.
So how much is an A grade light?
I mean, my best lights are 32,000
Each.
each.
And you have about 100 of them.
Well, a larger size facility would have 100 plus or something. I mean, a medium sized facility is maybe like 20 to
Wow.
60 or whatever.
32K per light.
Yeah.
Nuts.
It's expensive. Yeah.
I would never guess that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I've seen it in movies pretty much. I would have thought it would cost maybe 1,000.
Baht?
Yeah.
No way, man.
I mean, it looks like a tube light, right? I mean,
No, these are like the Rolls Royce of
yeah.
grow lights.
So what's
I mean,
special about them?
the technology in them, like the
What do
the
they
lights.
do? I mean, are they just providing heat, the right amount of temperature and
So,
sunlight for the
I mean,
plants?
basically, the plants need to photosynthesize
Yeah.
to create energy to grow and develop. And to do that, obviously, then it needs light, right? And the best light. This is a little bit arguable now, but the best light is the sun. Let's say, right? So, when LED lights, I mean, a revolutionary LED technology just came out about 3 years ago, being these new LED chips.
Okay.
And these chips have such a high technological component built in that, like, with proper spectrum settings, we can basically get higher efficacy than sunlight now.
Okay.
with
Yeah.
LEDs, but they have to be very well developed LED lights. That was the question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's special
What
about
makes
them.
these special? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's the technology behind them.
Wow.
You know, for example, like these ones that my company sells, the top line ones, they all connect on Wi-Fi to each other to a central controller.
Wow.
Yeah, it connects up to like 500 units, I believe.
Wi-Fi lights.
Yeah, lights on Wi-Fi.
Okay.
They're all connected together. You can control custom set settings, like so you can control spectrums.
Okay.
Whether you want more, I mean, spectrums is like it's a wavelength, right?
Yeah.
So you go all the way from like 0 nm up to like 900 or 1000 nm.
Is that the power intensity of the light,
Um,
or?
It's basically the spectrum of the light. The spectrum being like the color that it's
Okay.
emitting. So like these lights in this here are all different spectrums. So like
Yeah.
white, orange, yellow. Yeah, they're all just different wavelengths,
Okay.
and basically the plant will photosynthesize those different wavelengths differently.
Mm.
They all have like different attributes for the plant itself. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of like studies going into
Yeah.
indoor horticulture in America now, and now also cannabis growing basically. Yeah.